Hello YouTube, Moostro here with Twin Lakes Megamod in the city of Banished. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm thinking about long-term development for my town and where exactly I want to situate a downtown area. And I'm kind of liking this strip of land that is next to the lake, being the downtown area. It is a little bit weird, a little skinny at spots, and I may need to flatten out a mountain. This means I need to consider future forestry centers and how they're going to support the expansion of the town. Some spots that I've considered putting a forestry center, I've considered one in this location. However, it would make me have to flatten this mountain if I wanted to get an optimal forestry center. Over and up here is actually not a terrible spot for a forestry center. Right where that knoll is, that's the site of a future forestry center. Another forestry center, and the one that I've dropped down is right down here. You can see the circle for where I'm wanting it. This requires minimal terrain adjustments. I'll probably leave these mountains as is. It can feed up to this area here if I want to do a little bit of development here, or it could feed down to the bottom of the map. I want to focus on getting forestry centers up and running so that I can have gatherers, because I sense that food's going to be an issue with not a lot of good spots to run crops at. I want to get the city as big as possible, and I know that larger cities rely on industry more than agriculture. So I want to make the focus of my development industry. Let's let time run. I discovered the red ketchup forestry square, and I really fell in love with that. It's just clean looking, and so I'm going to transition to making this my main forestry design. Let's just throw the lowest nomad sign out. 2%. That'll bring in 2 people, and that could be nice. We'll just let time do its thing for a bit. I'm getting a bit of a geriatric spiral with the old people dying off. It's important to regularly put down houses every year so that you're kind of regularly replenishing the pool of people. And I think that when I started developing my industry zone, I had failed to do that. Got 2 nomads. That should maybe, hopefully, help us get these houses over here up and running. Oh good, we've got that house up. If we can start to get people moving in there, that would be beneficial. And a couple of nomads could help with that. Two people are starving. Oh. Boo. They spawned in a spot that they couldn't get to town. The curse of the map. Oh, they keep walking the resources back. I didn't put a stockyard here. That definitely is absorbing some fat time of theirs. Let's put a stockpile right there, and we'll actually prioritize the stockpile. Stockpile done. That should shorten some trips for the laborers to help build out these things. Just a little bit. Now, where'd you come in at? Oh, of course you came in at a spot that you can't access. Excellent. Got the Forestry Center. We are slowly getting this area built up. It's taking its time. So this Forestry Center, in order to put buildings in here, you have to put these 4 center paths down. And then they've got specific buildings that fit in those slots. So we're going to put a storage here. That'll allow anything that's harvested, it doesn't have to be walked as far. We're going to get this Forestry Center built for this episode. That's the goal. Beef cows. Let's do it. 3 beef cows, 2,400. This means I need a spot for the beef cows. These cows will get moved eventually. Now. Oh, look at you. Stuck over on the other side of the river again. Nope, that creek looks too dangerous to cross. Couldn't possibly walk up or down the creek and find a safer spot to cross. Nope, couldn't cut this tree down, knock it over. Nope, we're just gonna mill over here and wait until we die. I'd rather starve to death than try to wade across this creek. Stupid citizens. Where are we even on the map? There's a lake? Another lake? Oh, that one. Yeah. That's a nice lake. I like it. It's actually a fairly natural looking shape. Most of the lakes, unfortunately, in Banished all seem to be pretty much circles. Now we want another cabin. And if we're going to do that, we will get a gatherer in the place next. Then if we're doing this right, we probably want a hunter in there. Our pasture's up, which means we can move the beef cows into there. That'll help us get our leather supply. We're going to employ 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. We're going to employ 12 people here, so I think 6 houses is the ideal amount down here. Now, where are you guys? Oh, you're actually in town. That makes me happy. And the last thing that we'll want in this forestry center is the actual forester. Not a very happy Blakisha. I'm sorry, Blakisha, that you're not happy. But you are making coats for us, so we appreciate that. Maybe if we get our coat quantity up and people start being properly dressed. Let's see, like ragged clothing. Yeah, a lot of people with ragged clothing. That clothes was it's a problem I ignored for a long time. Okay, now that that forestry center is more or less up and running, I need to consider where else. I think I'm gonna get rid of this forestry here. Let's just, well, we'll leave it until I actually build there. This forestry area needs a rework, but this is also the strip of land that I think is going to be our downtown strip. These people have to travel quite a ways to get firewood, so I think putting a fire cutter on the edge there, or maybe even I do a sawmill over there on the river, because sawmills have the ability to make lumber or firewood. Is there different kinds today? Oh, that white and red one. That's pretty. Is that the one I want? That's the one that I want. Let's trade that out. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I think that's good for the episode. We got one of our forestry centers up and running. I think in the next episode we might consider a second forestry center. We got a new source for cutting firewood, which will be good, as we will want to cut the firewood that this guy pulls out of the forest. Our population got absorbed, so we again have to wait for the population to kind of build up before we do another building spree like this one. So I'm gonna sign out here, let time run for a bit, and see if we can get a labor pool up and running again for the next episode. So this is Moostro, thanking you for watching the town of Twin Lakes in Banished Megamod. Have a good evening.